Thank you very much, Dr. Phil. So next we have New York State Assembly. Kenneth Bake is in District 25, State Assembly. Ken?
Good evening, everybody. Hi, how are you? My name is Kenneth Bake. Same thing, 2.0. I ran for a same spot year 2024 against Neely Rozic. The night up, I became a closest loser. I lost by 1,400 votes. First time runner, I received 14,400 votes. Neely got 15,800 votes. I didn't get the Asian votes. And one of my non-Asian American background, hey Kenny, are you really Asian? I'm like, well, can't you look at my height? I became an American, you know, like I think I'm like the second tallest Asian guy in Flushing. Just to give you a quick background of who I am, where I'm coming from. Same thing, just like Dr. Phil, I was born in Korea, South Korea. I came to the United States when I was a child, and since I was a child, my dream was being a police officer. So I went to John Jay College, studying police science. Got my major, they call that BS, Bachelor of Science. After I got my bachelor's, I enlisted myself in the United States Navy, not North Korea, not China, United States Navy. I was on active duty. 4 years stationed in Sasebo, Japan. I was on board USS Patriot MCM-7. A year into my service, 9/11 happened. So they cross-stacked me to another boat, another ship in Japan. And I was assigned to USS Essex LHD-2 for another 2 years. I couldn't come home for 4 years. My mom thought that I got locked up in somewhere else state in Sing Sing or something because I never came home once. And also met my wife over there too. And then I got discharged with honorable discharge DD-214, you know what I'm talking about. And I became a New York City police officer. I was a police officer for about 7 years, and then I became a detective. When I was a detective for about 13, 14 years, I probably visited every precinct here in New York City Police Department more than twice. There's a housing bureau, there's a transit bureaus, any type of crimes that happen, I was always on the call. For some reason, I decided to move up, so I became a sergeant. I took a test, I became a sergeant. My last command was a 109 precinct as a public safety sergeant, looking for major 7 crimes. You know what that is? Rape, burglary, gunpoint robbers, GLA with autos, arson. I was looking for heavy job, the 911 calls, looking for the 7 major crime. And one thing I realized is when somebody uses a weapon, robbing somebody, we cut the person, that person does not stay in the jail no more than 2 hours. So I learned something tonight. Well, I'm sorry, I learned something a long time ago. I could rob every one of you in this room, and I run, police catch me, I'll be out on the street in 2 hours.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Wow.
So, the education I got from the school, and what's really happening in reality, no cash bail reform, cashless bail, that came into place. So it was completely opposite. So I said, you know what? My dream was being a police officer until I was 63 years old. I wanted to become a commanding officer, and I want to keep moving up. And I realized I cannot do this anymore. I still have pending lawsuits, even though I'm retired, because I put my hands on the perp. I never met one nice robber who goes, "Oh, okay, officer, you got me. Go ahead, put a cuffs on me." I've never met one. It's always fight. And I put my life on the line to catch that bad person, and then next thing you know, I'm getting reprimanded. I'm getting arrested. You know what? Just recently it happened. The sergeant from up in the Bronx, now he got indicted because he threw a cooler at the perpetrator and he died because he was selling guns and drugs. So right now, a lot of police officers became not proactive, they became reactive. They're ready to come, just take the report. Oh, do you have a security camera? Oh, there is one. Oh, maybe we catch this person. But a lot of cops are discouraged doing the jobs. But here's the thing that I want to talk about. Well, first of all, I need to get elected, to make changes, right? As an Asian American, I yell, screaming, they're just gonna look at me like, oh, look at that crazy Asian guy. No? Right? Yeah. I mean, so I have to be up there first, but public safety and affordability comes hand to hand. Now I became, I I don't sell drugs, or I don't sell anything. I became a professional insurance broker. I became a professional loan officer. So a few things that I want to touch up. When you make, so for example, when somebody steals your car, right? Oh, you know what? Crime happened, right? But I have a full coverage insurance. So I'm gonna call the insurance company and make the claim. When you make the claim, that is not free money. So that is why all these crimes that's happening, you claim through your insurance company, that's why your insurance goes up. New York City and New York State does not reimburse you for that, right? So it's very common sense. There are a lot of things I wouldn't want to talk about it, but again, I got how many minutes I have. And also because I'm a loan officer, do you know about the mansion tax? So 1987, I believe, that's when the law came into play. When you buy $1 million home in 1987, I guess you were really buying a mansion or like a big house. Right now, everything here in Queens is over close or if not over $1 million. So our next generations, they're paying more money because they have to pay 1% of extra on $1 million or higher. And there's also a mortgage tax. So in New Jersey and New York comparison, you're buying, for example, you're buying let's say you're buying a $900,000 house in New Jersey, another person buying a $900,000 house in Queens or New York City. New York City costs more. Well, anyway, so my name is Kenneth Pate. It seems like there's 안녕하세요. So I speak Korean, right? I still speak Korean, but hello, my name is Kenneth Pate. I'm going against the Neely Razik. She got elected when she was 23 years old. When I was 23, I was in the military. When she was 33, she signed cashless bail. When I was 33, I was a detective in New York City Police Department. When I was 43, I was already supervisor in New York City Police Department, I had about 80 cops under me telling them what to do. Neely's not 40 years old yet. So I don't know what she's gonna do after 40 because I know I'm gonna win this race this time.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, next, we have Phil Grillo, who's running for Assembly, State Assembly in the 26th Assembly District. Phil?
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Joe, for having me here. It's been many years that I've been, coming to this group. By the way, my first signature that I ever got was with the great Phil Ornstein. Taught me how to get signatures. It's a serious process. Voter fraud begins at the petitioning level. That's where it begins. Because you have candidates out there that are forging their signatures. I have them right here in my hand. They're at the Board of Elections right now. I have a volume of my petition where my signatures are gotten at the door from the Republican, not sitting at the kitchen table or having the wife sign for the husband or the rest of the family. And then the candidate witnessing that signature. I have my opponents. There might be a Republican primary. I don't think so, the way this petition looks. Forgeries. They're here for viewing, for anyone to look at. I will point out all the forgeries from the candidate from the Queens County GOP. And their witnesses. Some witnesses in this petition were in Florida when they got these signatures, according to the dates on these petitions. The candidate himself getting 4 or 5 signatures from one person in the house. The husband or the wife signing for the kids. I have it right here. There's no objection been to this yet. I have been objected to by the Democrat machine. I found out the name of